Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. Today probably has been one of my worst days just in recent times overall, okay? Not even anything to do with DoorDash or gig work. So I wake up to a funky text, right, from Capital One, and it says like, oh, we detected some weird activity in your account, please call us. I call them, right? And before doing this, I check my account and there's like nothing there. I mean, like not a single dollar. Like it's actually in the negatives. So I'm like, what is going on? I call them and they're like, oh, it looks like there was some fraud. We tried to stop it. And I was like, but you didn't though. You clearly didn't stop it. So they asked me like all of my transactions, and all of them were mine except for like a handful, right? And typically I always get an email whenever my card is used anywhere, you know? So anyway, so then they go, hey, can you come into one of our branches? And I'm like, yeah, of course I can. You know, so and this is like at 9 in the morning. So I get there, I'm talking to the guy. He's trying to be as helpful as he possibly can, but he's still extremely useless, right? So I'm like, okay, so what's the process? Like, what do we do now? Like, how do I get my money back? You know, because it's different when it's like, oh, they took something, you know, you still have something else. I mean, like, my account is completely clean. Like everything, right? So I was like, you know, what do we do now? And they're like, oh, we're gonna open an investigation. You know, we're gonna credit you the amount of what was taken. And after the investigation, and we find out that, you know, there was no wrongdoing, then we're gonna take it back. And I was like, okay, but clearly you think there's fraud. So, you know, what's the point? So basically, in about 2 business days, I'm gonna get all my money back. But for the next 2 days, yo, shout out to the Dasher Direct. And you know what's crazy about it is that I never keep any real money in there. I always take it out. Either I send it, you know, like a wire transfer, or I go to the CVS and take the cash out. So whatever I did yesterday, I took it out and I put it on there. But whatever I'm doing today, or at least have that kind of money, you know. So I have to like call everybody that I have auto pay with and explain to them what's going on. So the bank said that the whatever I have in auto pay should go through, no issues, but I'm not sure. You know, I don't know if I believe the guy. So we'll see what happens, but for the next, you know, 48 hours, I'm only gonna have money from DoorDash, from whatever happens there. So yeah, anyways. Oh, okay, so anyway, so I finished doing that, right, at my local Capital One. So then I look at the DoorDash app, and then I see a catering order like that I can schedule from Wegmans, to my local Wegmans in my area. I'm like, okay, cool. I've never done one before, so I try to claim it, and it says, okay, you gotta be online like 15 minutes before, whatever. So then when I click on that, it created a shift. It created a shift from 12:46 to 1:45 or something like that. I'm like, okay, cool. So then it says, you know, get online 15 minutes before, and you have to claim it by a certain time. So I make my way towards Wegmans, and I'm not getting any orders. And I'm like, maybe because I claimed you know, catering, maybe that's why I'm not getting any orders, right? So then 1:15 comes, which is the time when you can check in, and there's nothing on my app. There's nothing, nada, 0 things, nothing. So I go to the Wegmans just out of curiosity. I was chatting with the people, and they're like, hey, so what's the process like? And typically it says you're here, and then we bring it out to you, and then I show them, you know, my app, and ask for my name. No record of me, nothing. I'm like, yo, what the heck is going on? So basically, I tried to claim something. It said that I claimed it, and then it disappeared in true DoorDash fashion, right? So I was like, you know what, whatever. I had already scheduled a shift from 3 until 7:30, which is when I have to go to work. So yeah, anyways, I managed to bring it down to 2. So then we got online around 1:45. It's 1:52. We just accepted our first order here from Five Guys, 675, 3.5 miles. I don't care. It's not bad for the miles. It's good enough. My goal for today was going to be 196, which is what I did last year, but I don't think we're going to hit that. Honestly, if I hit $100 today by 7:30, I'll be completely okay with that. But yeah, so I don't even know where whoever took my info got it from. I mean, I always shop at the same places, you know. If anything, I've actually used my Capital One card less than I normally do anywhere. I've been using a lot of Dasher Direct just because it's a lot easier with my Google Pay or whatever. But regardless, be careful. Check your info. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. The guy was like, yeah, I mean, it happens all the time. but you know, we can credit you the amount, so it should be fine. And I get that, but the fact that someone can just go in and take your money and they don't really know how they did it or why they did it, I mean, why people steal, that's why, but the how, you know, because I it's not like I went to like some random store I never heard of and bought something, you know. Although there is a lot of those like credit card skimming machines, you know, like they put like a machine on top of a machine. I seen that for sure, but I mean, I don't think that happens in my area, but maybe it does. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is just be careful, guys. I'm not asking for any money or anything. I have other cards that, you know, we can use to get by and whatnot until we get my money back, but it's just not cool. It just basically ruined my day, and we'll see. If you guys notice a difference, I'm using my iPhone right now because the phone that I usually record with, I left it at home. So you know what? Whatever. What a day. We got here to Five Guys. Hopefully the food's ready. We'll see you guys in a bit. Alrighty, guys, the food was ready here from Five Guys. Now we have like a 6-minute drive, only 2 miles away. Not too bad, not too bad. I don't know what's going on. The light's green, people are honking, you know. Whew, man, yesterday was rough. I know we still made pretty good money, but I felt so tired afterwards and so drained, and it didn't make any sense because like when it was supposed to be busy, it was slow. When it was slow, it was busy. Or when it was supposed to be slow, usually it was busy. So definitely a weird start to the week. Today is this is more like a salvage mode type of dash, meaning that I'm trying to maximize my earnings. I'm probably gonna take higher mileage orders if the pay makes sense, because we're started, you know, so late, so far behind when I usually start, which is like 11, sometimes even earlier, 11:30 maybe. But to start at 1:45, that's just like not cool. So maybe tomorrow we'll start really early. I don't know. So we'll see. Anyways, let me get this dropped off. We'll see you guys in a bit. Alrighty, guys, we got the order dropped off, and then after that, it was just dead. I wasn't getting anything good, like a bunch of garbage. So when this one came along, I'm like, you know, if we had the old base pay, this would be at least $6.25. So I went ahead and took it. $6, 2.8 miles. Normally, I wouldn't take this, but considering that we've been sitting here not doing anything for the last 10 minutes or so, I'm like, you know what? It'll at least be $6. So we're making our way here to, I think it's Super Chicken, Wild Chicken, something chicken. It's going to the Microsoft building, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully the food is ready, because right now I'm all about making that money. Let's go. Alrighty, guys, we got the food picked up, and according to the guy, this order's been ready for almost an hour, which means that it's either low tip or no tip at all. So we'll see. I'm only a minute away now from the Microsoft building. We'll see what happens. We'll see you guys on the next one. Alrighty, guys, we got the food dropped off, and it was going to the security guard, and it wasn't going to the Microsoft building. He's like the security guard, like in that little area, so he just put whatever building. So when I got there, he was waiting there in the little golf cart, you know. But he did tip $3. I just think DoorDash had such a low base pay to start out that nobody wanted to take it, like in the middle of lunch, kind of, you know. So it sucks he ended up waiting, but it is what it is. Now we have our next order here from Chick-fil-A. We just picked it up, showing a $6.50 payout. I think going like 3 miles, if not a little bit more. We're almost there. It's going to a Harris Teeter, so hopefully I don't have any issues finding the employee. Because sometimes when you deliver to other restaurants or grocery stores, they're either not on their break, they can't answer their phone, or they don't even know you're there yet. So hopefully we can find them, no problem, so we don't waste any time. But yeah, so we'll see you guys on the next one. Alrighty, guys, we were able to drop the order off, no issues. They put really good notes. Go to the like customer service desk, and then she was the one there, so gave her the food. Get back in the car, heading back towards the town center. We got this order again from Chick-fil-A, showing $6.50 at like 3 miles. So it looks like it might be a Chick-fil-A kind of day, at least as of right now, which is fine, because you know we're still in like the slow times per se. So I don't mind if I do a bunch of 650s. If I can do like 3 or 4 an hour, hey, that's great, you know. The food is ready. Usually right now Chick-fil-A isn't that busy, at least not my Chick-fil-A's. So yeah, anyways, let me get this dropped off, and then we'll see you guys on the next one. Alrighty, guys, after dropping off the order here from Chick-fil-A, we made it back to the town center and waited maybe about 15-20 minutes until this one came along from Nando's Peri Peri Chicken, showing $7.75, 3.5 miles. Jumped on it. The food was ready. So now we have a 7-minute drive, and I'm trying to stay as active as possible in possibly the slowest time period of the entire day, which really sucks. So if I can just be at like, I don't know, close to $50 by 5, maybe we can do 100 by 7:30, if not more. I'm hoping. Anyways, we'll see you guys on the next order. Alrighty, guys, so we got the order from Nando's dropped off, right? Then I was driving back to the town center when I got this order here from PetSmart. Now I said $19 for the payout. The miles were okay, but I was like 19 bucks. And they said 2 items, I think is what I said. It was 2 orders though. I was like, okay, kind of iffy. But then the pair prediction came along, and I'm pretty sure they said it was gonna be at least 30 bucks. And I was like, ooh, we can definitely do that. And it's not the kind where I have to shop for it. It's already, you know, it's already ready, basically. So I get there and everything is ready, and then she goes, oh, go by the aquatic section because we have to give you 60 live crickets. And I was like, huh? 60 live crickets? I never done that before. So a few minutes go by, this girl comes and she gives me the crickets. They put them in like a little plastic bag and then blow it up a little bit and put like a little plastic in there, or like some cardboard so they don't like kill each other or something. I don't know. They're basically sitting in the back seat all by themselves. So I don't want anything to fall on them or anything. And then the other order was just like, I said like small breed bedding. It just looks like stuffing that you put into like a bed or something. I don't know. But regardless, everything is in the car. We're only like 8 minutes away. And it's gonna be my first pet order in a very long time. I haven't done one in forever. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the live crickets, I was like, wow, didn't know you could buy that. They're not even that expensive, to be honest, because it's 2 orders, and the cheaper one is the one that has the crickets, and it's just like one thing of like, I think food, but I forgot for what type of animal, but definitely not dog food because it didn't look like dog food or cat food. But yeah, so I mean, if it's at least 30 bucks, like I said, I think I said more. Let me double check. I'm giving you guys bad info. Oh yeah, so it's saying that it's gonna be 30-45 for the entire payout. So like almost 20 bucks worth of customer tips, and then the rest is just the base pay or whatever. So we'll see. I mean, like I said, I'm excited for it. I haven't done one of these in forever. But yeah, so wish me luck. Hopefully we don't have any issues, and hopefully the crickets make it. Let's go. Alrighty guys, got the first order dropped off, the one with the crickets, and this guy tipped $1. $6 base pay, $1 tip. The crickets made it, so now we are on to the second delivery, which is the furthest one. It's about 20 minutes away, or 9 miles, but it's just like bedding. I think you can see it up top over here. So I guess this is the one that's paying a whole lot, although I did see the invoice. This one is like $140. The other one was like $18, but he's still only tipped $1. Not cool. Anyways, let me get this dropped off. We'll see you guys in a bit. Alrighty guys, got the second order delivered, and it was the most annoying delivery I've had to do in a long time. First of all, the pin doesn't match the address. That was the first thing. Customer's phone number doesn't work. No mailbox number, no house number, no nothing. The numbers skip all over the place. So it's not like you can just do the math and be like, well, that one is this, so this one has to be this. Nope. I ended up knocking on the neighbor's house, apologizing. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I know it's not for you. Do you know what this address is? And she was like, oh, this happens all the time. It's for my neighbor. So she pointed me in the right direction, dropped it off. Now we're sitting at $65, basically $64.93. Not too bad. But honestly, man, I'm so glad the other neighbor, first of all, answered their door, or they were even home. Because if not, I would have just put the timer on and then left it somewhere. That was the most annoying delivery. Although they did pay like 20 bucks. I get that. So it is what it is, but honestly, super annoying. Anyways, we're making our way back to the town center now. Hopefully we can crack at least 100 bucks by 7:30. It's 5:13. Let's go. Alrighty guys, we got our next order here from Fintai, showing a $13.75 payout, almost 9 miles, a little heavy on the miles, I know. But main reasons that I'm taking it is the high cash flow. Para said it's gonna be almost $15, and on top of that, my boss called me and asked me to be at work a little bit earlier today. We have a crew that needs to leave the yard by like 6:30, and I'm like, well, okay, typically we leave around 8:30, you know, so they're leaving way earlier. I think they're going kind of far, that's why. So I said, hey, no problem. So he told me I get to leave early tonight, which is great. So basically he put even more of a time restraint on our dash today. So if I get to 100 bucks, it'll be a miracle. This might even be my last order, to be honest, because by the time I drop it off, it'll be a 5:40, 5:45. So maybe I can squeeze in one more, hopefully. In the end, today's just been one of my worst days, personally, because of what happened with my normal bank account through Capital One. And I get it, I'm gonna get the money back. I'm not really too pressed on that. I'm just really annoyed. And I've been really trying to think in my mind, like if I've used it somewhere that I don't normally use it, or you know, kind of like trying to see like who got me, you know. But yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Just, you know, be mindful of where you shop, I guess. I don't know. And it's just annoying that I gotta wait 2 business days to get that money back. Yeah, whatever. I don't want to rant and ruin my day. I kind of made myself feel better, to be honest, just by telling myself, hey, we gotta get out here, make this money, we get a dash, it'll be all right. So there's that. Anyways, let me get this dropped off. We'll see you guys in a bit. Alrighty, guys, so we got the order dropped off from Fintai. Became $14.50. And then right away, we got this order here from Cafesano showing $6.50, 3 miles. I think it's like 5 items. I took it because 5 items, okay, it's pretty decent. Cafesano's kind of pricey. So it's a small possibility it could be more. But this is most likely going to be my last order since I have to be at work by 6:30 and it's already 6:01. If I get something going that way, that'll be great, but I highly doubt it. Anyways, let me get this dropped off and then we'll see you guys in a bit. Alrighty, guys, so we got the order dropped off here from Capesano. It became $8.75. Then I get a phone call from one of my workers saying they're running a little bit late. They're not gonna be there till 7. I was like, okay, man, it's all good, don't worry, we'll see you there. And then I get this order here from Founding Farmers and Big Buns, $15.50. I think it's like 7 miles. But then the prayer prediction came on saying it's gonna be almost $23. And I said, okay, and then looked at the map, it's dropping me off near my work. And I was just hoping that the food would be ready. The food was only ready at one restaurant, the other one, Founding Farmers. Out of all the things they got donuts, they had some pasta, some entree, whatever. And then they had bread, just bread. That was the one thing they didn't have that I was waiting for, was the bread. And this bread took forever. I mean, maybe it wasn't forever, but it felt like forever, you know? I was there like, wow, this bread is taking forever. Eventually, I got the food. Now we're back on the road. It's 6:35. I'm not gonna be there until about 6:50 at the first drop off, and the next one is like down the street. So in theory, I think I should be at my work before them, or as soon as I get in there, I'm getting there. So it's a win-win. Everybody wins. We're gonna definitely finish over $100, which was basically my short-term goal today, since, you know, there was no way we could do 196. I started dashing at 145. You know, it is what it is. Let me get these 2 dropped off, and then we'll see you guys in a bit. Alrighty, guys, we got both orders dropped off. Ended up being $23. And now we're gonna finish the dash at $111 with 18 cents, which I think is pretty good considering we started at 1:45 in the afternoon and we had some slow times, but for the most part, we, you know, made the best of it. So anyways, thank you guys for coming along in today's dash. I really do enjoy the conversation in the comments, in the Discord, everything. We'll see you guys next time. You guys be safe, subscribe, peace.